Okay, so this game camera takes 4 AA's, and I converted it to lithium ion here, and it works pretty good. You can see a couple of wires that I did there. It was eating me out of house and home with those AA's. I got tired of that. So now I can recharge them, and it should be able to stay out, take probably about twice as many pictures or videos or whatever as it could before, because lithium ion is more energy dense. Welcome to Off Grid Shop, Oregon. Please subscribe. Okay, today I want to convert this game cam to rechargeable lithium ion batteries, which are what we have right here. I did another video where I converted a different game cam, but I think this is a better way of doing it. So we're just going to try it on this this camera here. So these are 1450 batteries. 14500 batteries. And what's cool about them is they are the same size as a AA. So if I do this right, you'll be able to put them in there and, you know, basically you'll be set. The lithium ion batteries have double the voltage. So we're going to have to rearrange some stuff so that we get the ultimate 6 volts that we need here. All right, let's check the voltage on this device. I happen to know that these are the spots right here. And you see you get about 6 volts. These batteries are almost dead. So you probably get anywhere, 5 to 7 maybe, but 6 volts is what we're looking for. You can see different spots give you different amounts. So you're looking for the highest amount, and then those are the spots that matter. So this spot and that spot, that's the real plus, and that's the real minus. So we know this is the real plus, this is the real minus, and so the electricity goes back and forth like that. And you can see that right here, these two tabs are connected. And so that's the part we're going to want to be looking at, because if we just stick those other batteries in there like it is, that's going to be double the voltage too much. All right, here's a diagram. Like I say, it goes from there to there. And so here you go, with your AA batteries, each one's 1.5 volts. You get 1.5, 3, 4.5, 6. And so that's how it goes. Now, with these lithium ion, it's going to have to be a little different, so that we get 6 volts out of the stronger batteries. So basically what's going to have to happen is that this plus and this plus are going to have to be connected into an overall plus, and this negative are going to be an overall negative, and we're going to have to cut the link that goes between these two batteries right here. Okay, let's get out this little jumper thing here that connects these two guys. So there it is, and we just gotta separate that sucker. All right, we'll see how this goes. I want to separate it by about, I think, the width of a Sharpie mark. Like, you can't just cut it in two. You got to make it have a gap. So here's my ridiculously oversized scissors. Tin snips. That cuts that. You can see there how much of a Sharpie mark there I want to keep cutting off. And might take a couple tries at it, of course. So there we go. So now there'll be a little gap between those guys. And we have to figure out how to make sure that even if it shifts, it doesn't get us short. Okay, so I want to protect these battery tabs from each other using some electrical tape. Just cut off the part you don't need. And actually makes it sit in there a little more solid anyways with that electrical tape. But so now, there's no way that this piece of metal can touch that piece of metal. So we're safe as far as that goes. Okay, so I got this, like, it's not phone wire, but it's like that. So what I'm going to be using here. So it has 3 strands. I think they're either 18 gauge or 20 gauge. I think they're 18. Now typically with DC wiring, red is positive and black is negative. So I'm going to use red and green because that's what I got. So I'm just going to cut myself off some here, more than I need. Okay, so I was going to solder stuff, you know, basically solder a wire from there to there, and solder a wire from there to there. But it turns out with the way my game cam is, I can just jam these wires kind of in there. So I tried this earlier, now I'm just showing you what I did. So if I want to go from here to here, I kind of need to know that measurement. So that's about 1 inch from the center of this guy to that guy. And same thing over on from there to there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take off a little bit of sheathing so I know where to start from. And then I'm going to make a mark about 1 inch. Because I want to keep the sheathing, I want to keep 1 inch of sheathing and then have bare wire after that. And in this case, I don't know, I'm using about 3/8 of an inch or something of bare wire. So I'll cut that off to the right length and then I'll strip based on that mark. So now I got about 1 inch of sheathing and then about 3/8 inch of bare copper wire, right like that. Okay, I'm going to take my needle nose and I'm going to bend these wires into kind of a horseshoe shape, I guess. Don't lose it. Okay, that's what it looks like. I'm going to use the green to connect the negatives here. Now what I noticed is these lithium ions are a tiny bit longer than the AA's. And so when I originally put this jumper in, I'm just going to put it in right here between these guys. I put it behind them, which took, you know, like that. You can kind of imagine like putting it in behind this guy like that. And then that meant I didn't have enough room to get the battery in. So in fact, you got to put it in like this little spot here where it pushes that part away. And then everything works out okay. So let's get this guy in here if we can. Okay, I've adjusted things several times. I guess, long story short, you just got to keep working at it until stuff fits. And so I think that's where we're at now. All right, let's use the multimeter to check continuity here. Make sure everything's correct. So that should be going to this. It is. This guy should be going to this. And then these two should no longer be connected. And they are not. So that's what we wanted. Okay, let's take a look at these lithium-ion batteries. So I got them off of eBay. They're 10 of them for $10. Ultrafire brand. The size of battery is a 14500. It says 1800 milliamp hours. I believe you can never trust those numbers. And then 3.7 volts. So that's what we thought it would. But, you know, that's just standard lithium-ion voltage. And let's see if we can get them in here. They're a tiny bit longer, so it's kind of hard to get it in, but you can get them in. And depending on how your wires are, that could cause a problem. There you go. And a moment of truth. See if the sucker will power on. So there we go. And then I guess the other moment of truth. Can you shut the door? You can. I'm sure depending on how you put the wires in there, they might keep your door open, but looks like in this case, I'm all right. So thanks for watching. I guess I'll reiterate. You could solder those points, but in my case, I just jam the wires in. Thank you and have a good day.